The best chemical volcano eruption. What ratio of vinegar to baking soda produces the best chemical volcano eruption? My sons and I sought to find out. We gathered the materials of a hefty amount of vinegar and baking soda, a 2-cup measuring cup, which would serve as our volcano, a tablespoon to measure the baking soda, a glass in which to gather the larger amounts of baking soda, and a baking dish in which to catch the liquid that spilled over from the eruption. The process of this experiment was to be a repetitive one. We would start by measuring 1 cup of vinegar in our measuring cup and place the measuring cup with vinegar in the baking dish. The amount of vinegar for all the trials would be 1 cup. It was the baking soda amounts that would change. We started with 1 tablespoon of baking soda, and then tried 2, then 3, and so on until we had reached 8 tablespoons. This was a ratio of 2 parts vinegar to 1 part baking soda. The ratios would become more similar after this, so we then tried 10 tablespoons of baking soda, then 12, then 14, and finally 16 tablespoons, which was a 1-to-1 ratio because 16 tablespoons equal 1 cup. So our vinegar and baking soda were equal amounts. The way we measured the results was by collecting the spilled over water in the baking dish after the eruption when we added the baking soda to the vinegar. We measured the liquid from the baking dish and jotted down the result in our data table. What we found from our data was that there were 2 high points in our chart when we plotted the results, which marked the higher amounts of liquid. This had us questioning what was going on. Shouldn't there be a point when the chemical reaction peaks and then just doesn't react as much and goes down and stays down? This was a little odd, but after some thought, we realized we were using a 2-cup measuring cup, and our final amount of vinegar and baking soda was 2 cups, so it only made sense that eventually the amount of liquid spilling over would rise because we were putting more material into the cup. Also, this made sense because from our observations, we had noticed that a lot of the baking soda was not dissolving in the later trials when there was almost a 1-to-1 ratio of vinegar to baking soda. Thus, we came to the conclusion that the first peak in our chart, which occurred when placing 6 tablespoons of baking soda into the 1 cup of vinegar, was the more accurate peak, showing that an 8-to-3 ratio of vinegar to baking soda produced the best chemical volcano eruption. This is a simple demonstration introducing the ideas found in chemistry. Chemistry involves working with the elements in the periodic table. It shows how characteristics and properties of substances may change when they interact. In this experiment, vinegar, a weak acid, reacts with and neutralizes sodium bicarbonate, a base.